Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm Tony Alessandra. Welcome to our conference. If you do not have your name badge and your gift bag, they're out back here. So if you came in through this area and didn't go back there to register, just get your name tag and gift bag. We have a full program today and tomorrow. Some great speakers, a lot of interaction, a lot of learning. So I think you'll have a very good time and a great learning experience. Have some Hall of Fame speakers here for you. A lot of assessment-related content. And I'm going to have, are we ready to start? We are? You are? Okay, so let's introduce our first speaker.
Our guest trainer, Bonnie Byrne, has a streetwise, corporate smart perspective on business development. She's the author of 2 books published by Wiley, Assessments A to Z and Flipchart Power. Miss Burns is a behavioral analyst. She has certifications in trimetrics, behaviors, motivators, and attributes, emotional intelligence, situational leadership, and with DDI and Achieve Global. She has delivered well over 2,000 corporate training sessions, including DISC certification programs. After 35 years of working with organizations to improve their internal and external communications, Miss Bonnie has learned that people do not want a lot of academia and theoretical explanations. They want to receive practical skills and to experience the positive difference for themselves. With the knowledge of how to engage the learner with DISC, you will be able to increase the receptivity of your coaching clients and your training attendees, leading to greater success and, of course, more business for you. As we all depend on customer sales and retention, this program today will describe DISC learning activities, show you how to easily and effectively apply DISC to coaching or training, and practical strategies that bring your customers back, knocking at your door for more. Please join me in welcoming Bonnie Byrne.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Scott, do I need to turn this on somehow? I am on? Oh, fantastic. Okay, everybody up. And how about everybody kind of come towards this? You can just leave your stuff there. Just everybody kind of like gather up front here. You're like, oh my gosh, what is she going to do? It's pretty safe. It's pretty safe. We're going to kind of go over here, so we're going to kind of fill up the whole front area. Okay? Kind of help everybody get going. Okay, let's go this way a little bit more because we've got more folks. So this is before we kind of officially dive into the activities. So what I want you to do is to find someone you don't know, quickly introduce yourself, what's your style, and what's one tip you'd like other people to know, okay, about you when they communicate with you. So find someone you don't know, introduce yourself. Go ahead. There you go. Bernie. Okay, 1 more minute. Okay, 1 more minute. Okay, thank your partner. Now find someone else. Find somebody else you don't know, and then we have a different assignment. So find somebody else you don't know. Okay, everybody raise the hand. Raise the hand that you shake with. What's the hand you shake with? Okay, so how does a D shake? Okay, so shake that way with your partner as a D. Nice and firm. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to meet somebody else. And what style are you going to shake as? Oh, you are a good group, yes. Okay, find a new somebody you don't know. Introduce yourself. Shake as an I. Hello, Marcella. An I, right?
Michelle.
Yeah. Mary Shell. Mary Shell. Mary Shell. Mary Shell. Great.
Marvelous Mary.
Yes, that's right. Marvelous Mary Shell. Okay. Raise your right hand if you're right-handed, or left if you're left-handed. Okay, find another new person, introduce them. What style are you going to use? S. And how do S's like to shake hands? Actually, I've heard that kind of prefer a reference as, say, a calm down I. So they're very professional, okay? Look you in the eye because it's a one-on-one relationship, right? And okay, so new partner, introduce, shake as an S. Oops. Did you have anybody? Hello, my dear. Okay, pronounce it again. Jamini, yes. Okay, so we're in S. Nice and calm. Excellent. Okay, raise your hand if you're right-handed, left if you're left-handed. What are you going to do? And you're going to find somebody new. Okay, and how do a C shake hands, by the way? Well, yeah. If they had really, a lot of times they're druthers, they'd rather not, right? Okay, so if they do, sometimes it's kind of a weak. Okay, nothing, no judgment here. It's just, that's typically, so that's what you're going to be doing. Stretch. Okay, if you're not a C. All right, meet new partner. Hi.
I'm an IS.
Jeff, I know. Based on Joseph, yes. Oh, C. Kind of look the other way, right? Here, let's do it this way. Do you mind? We get the.
Oh, right.
Thank you, Jeff.
No smiling here, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be C. Yeah. Although it's not great for the photographer, though. Okay, thank them and head on back. Go ahead. Thank you, new partner. Head on back. Great job. All righty. Hi, I'm Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie. Kevin Schluter.
Ooh, great handshake.
Good to meet
I
you.
like that. Likewise.
Thanks for taking care of us today.
Yeah, you're right. My pleasure.
All right.
Great, just Kevin. Awesome job. So, how many of you know your disc style? Okay, so the count of 3, everybody tell me what your disc style. 1, 2, 3. Great, I wanted to make sure I got it. Okay, thank you very much. All right. How many of you, primarily when you're using disc, you use it for coaching? Okay. How many of you use it for training? How many of you use it for coaching and training? Okay, great. All right. So some of the activities I'm going to be reviewing today, okay, work for coaching and training, and some others are just for training. And also, hopefully at times when you're doing a training, and remember they knock on the door and they want you to come back. Okay, so a follow-up, kind of a fun opener, is what we just did. Okay, that's kind of a little extra bonus that's not in the handout. But just a very simple, gets energy cranking in the room. It's like, yay, they get to meet people, you get to meet some more people, okay? Some other just kind of quick warm-ups I want to do, just to kind of quickly, review the disc before we jump into the learning activity, is the elevator. Okay, have you ever observed anybody, okay, where they're getting in the elevator and they're hitting that button right away? Might be some of you, okay? Hit that elevator right away, close the door, or it might be stand at the elevator, hold the door open, look for people, we'll wait for you. Of course, everybody in the elevator's like, grr, okay? Or maybe it's being an S, letting everybody in first, right? And then kind of standing in the corner, give everybody their personal space. And by the way, I do make fun of each style, so nobody lose sleep over it, okay? The C might check the posted maximum weight, then step off and take the stairs, Okay, that kind of look. Thank you very much. No. Okay, so with the person next to you, go ahead and share quickly. So when you're on the elevator, which style are you most likely to do? If you don't have somebody sitting next to you, turn around, okay, and share. Which one do you?
Wait for people and greet them as they come in.
Okay, the I. Okay. D. So you close the door?
I just get on, push the button, get me down.
Yeah,
get me up.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think about it.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm an S.
Your S style. Oh, but you check. Oh.
When I go into
The elevator. Okay, so great, good point. You know, if you are feeling pressured at all, it doesn't really matter what your style is. What are you going to do with that button? Close it right away. So this, I should have clarified a little bit more. It's like if life is relaxed, okay, whatever, and what would be your preference. So how many D's in the room? You're not sure. I understand you be combinations. How many I's? How many S's? Okay, and how many C's? Okay, great. Got a nice representation of all styles. Another, again, kind of a little freebie here that I think is helpful in, say, a DISC training is where you have a motivator matchup. So I'm big on people capitalize on what they already know, not approach it with a whole bunch of theory and analytics. They have certainly their place, but I feel like more in a training, you know, people got work on their mind, they're thinking about what I need to get to do, how do we engage them quickly? So here, we're looking at the dominant, influence, steady, conscientious. So if you had to, I think some of them certainly are combinations, but let's just go with kind of keep it simple, sweetheart. If you had to go with what styles of DISC, what would you say, Tony, not Tony, Alessandra. By the way, Tony, are you okay if they guess what your style is? Okay, what do you think Tony's style is? And I, okay. Okay, yeah, he's like, take care of business, and he's also one of the most generous people that I know. I love you. Thank you for all your support over the years. Okay, so what do you think Tony Robbins is? Yeah. You know, Mr. Inspiration, okay? I think he's probably an ID, okay? All right, but an I for now. Okay, Mandela. Yeah, really being there for other people. Okay, Judge Judy is kind of a dead giveaway, right? And Einstein, okay? So you're going back into people's world in terms of what they know, okay, and people they know that kind of helps them to really kind of capture and get what the styles are. All right, so agenda for today, game show, name that style, TV trivia, email decoder, going on vacation, divide and conquer, cartoons. So my goal is for you to learn how to facilitate and more engaging. I'm sure, you know, a lot of you trainers, some of these are going to be duplicates for you. Hopefully I'm providing some additional insights, but engaging activities for coaching and training, and see how this will bring you more customers knocking on your door, okay, which is going to be more money, right? Okay, the best kind of PR, best way to kind of market yourself is do a great job the first time around. All right, game show. So everybody stand up. Again, by the way, warning, you get a lot of exercise in my program. You know what, let's do this. How about the D's and I's? How do I want to do this? D's and I's, how about you come up to the front here, because you're never shy. So D's and I's, okay. And S and C's, will you raise your hand? Okay. So the S and C's, we're not going to be concerned about if it all evens out, okay? It can be a pair or trio. I just want there to be like different styles. So S and C's, once these happy campers are all up here, and every style is a great style, right? These, are you with me? Yes. Let me help you with that. Okay. All right. I love you guys. I love you. You know, in fact, for 8 years I worked with Qualcomm. I don't know if you've heard of it, small little company up there, for 8 years. And okay, so what would be, by the way, their combination? What would be their combination style? A lot of engineers. C, and is it more an entrepreneurial, okay, organization? Okay, so DC, okay. And so they would walk in the room kind of like, I know, because everybody else was supposed to bow to them. And And I'm like, I'm happy for you, but you know what? Welcome to my program, And so we got along very well. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is SCs, come up here if you would, connect with, say, 2 of these folks, because it looks like a 2-to-1 ratio. And what you're going to do is up here you see, interview one another asking. So if you won, how many of you would like to win $250 million? Yo mama, yeah. I used to have it 25,000. People told me that's way too little. I'm like, okay, well, I take it. I would take it. Anyway, if you won $250 million in a game show, what would you do first? Now I'm saying here, assuming you had all your debt and your relatives' debts paid. Okay, although some of you SCs, I know you're still going to want to pay off something for them, even though they don't have anything. But that's okay. Ask them to describe their actions with several statements. So they may say, I'm going to go traveling. Ask them to explain a little bit more. That way you'll learn more about how that style is being represented. Okay, so it's a stand-up exercise. We're just going to take a few minutes to do this. You're going to be discussing with them once they answer what's similar, what's different, and how does this style impact your response. Okay, SCs, go ahead and connect with 2 folks. Introduce yourselves, and then have at it on the activity. And who, Carol? Okay. Oh, go right. Why don't you go with Carol and Barbara? You need one? Okay. Do you need somebody? Carol and Barbara. Join these happy campers.
Okay.
Just heard somebody say, oh, that's a little C-ish.
Who's that? Oh, somebody said it?
That was kind of an interesting phrase. Like, oh, that's kind of, shy. That's a little C-ish.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, you know what? I need a pen.
Something that's going to help humanity.
So can I like ask you guys to share with the large group? So what?
He's a D though. He wandered in the wrong direction.
No.
This is good.
Yeah, no, it's fine as long as you have some variety.
Yeah, and I'm a SC.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It can be more than pairs as long as you have some differences.
Sure, we can, yeah.
So, what did you?
What's that?
What did you have for your vacation?
Oh, vacation. We didn't get to vacation.
Oh, we didn't get to vacation.
Oh, vacation. That's the wrong activity. I'm sorry.
We're talking about
I'm
the
sorry.
I said
Yes.
essentially I would do something extraordinarily, exponentially altruistic with the money. Something that would be a force multiplier for the good of humanity. It
Wow.
would be very purposeful, but that's exactly what I would do with that money.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, key word there.
It would essentially have to be purposeful use of that money
Ooh.
for the good of the world. So what that would be, who knows? But that's exactly what it would be.
Kevin. Okay. Wow. What key words did he? Will you guys share with the large group?
Sure we will.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd
Okay.
love to.
and
Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Just repeat that same thing because that's some powerful words in there for the D.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I love.
Oh, yeah,
I'll follow
he
your
did.
lead.
And he was the first one to say it. Too.
Say it, and also purposeful.
Yes.
And then it's best use
Altruistic,
of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deep voice.
Yeah.
And he said, I would. Oh, the first thing you said is. I would. Just a second.
He welcomed us to his group. He was like purposeful.
Yeah, it was the word purposeful. I would be very purposeful.
So Carol, how about you?
I would take all my friends and family on a trip.
Okay.
First and reward them for the promise I've made for 20 years that when everything came together, I'd take them over to Hawaii.
Oh, you know what? That is such an it's perfect because we mean well and we really do want to take them. So this allows
So
you.
well, just be patient. I'm getting there.
I love it. Barbara, you're SC.
Yeah, probably more C. So first of all,
It's okay.
I have to think about it a little bit.
I love it. Okay, so take time to think about
Yeah,
it,
I
and
really
then by the
need-
time
By the time
ask you,
I get to it, yeah. I
but tell them
really
you need to think about it.
I will.
Okay. Okay. How about, have you talked about the similarities and differences? Okay. All right. Thank your partners. You can head on back. Can I have one too, Sandra? Thank you.
Unfortunately.
Are you meeting a few folks?
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's one of the big benefits of going to an outstanding conference like this is you meet other awesome people, which is great. One of the things I like to do during an activity, I call it professional eavesdropping, okay? Walking around, listening in. And then what I like to do so that when you ask the question open to the whole group, sometimes there could be dead silence, right? And you're like, okay, great, all right. So what I like to do is kind of prime the pump. And so I asked Kevin, Carol, and Barbara if they would share. So Kevin, you are right there. So Kevin, share with them what you do with the money.
Would you like me to stand?
Please, that would be awesome.
Okay. What I would do with the $250,000. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Scott. Applause for Scott.
Hello, hello.
Yay, great music. Thank you, thank you.
So what I would do with $250,000 is I know it would have to be something that would be very purposeful and very exponential with that money. So it would have to, and it would have to be very altruistic, something that's for the good of humanity, but it could not at all be wasted. So it would have to be highly directional and toward the goodness of humanity, whatever that might be, what kind of investment that would be is kind of irrelevant as long as it was for the good of others and it was exponential so that $250,000 became much more significant than that original $250,000.
I love it. Okay, so what keywords, what style do you think Kevin is? You're hearing the values come through there. You're hearing the values there. So that's definitely there, which is awesome, altruistic. Okay, what words does he care about in terms of going about getting it accomplished? It needs to be what? Purposeful. For the good of mankind. For the good, and it has to exponentially keep cranking money. All right? Yeah, so that's the D. Right. Taking care of business, but to me, Kevin, I love all styles, but to me, Kevin is an enlightened D. Okay, because that's like an awesome, okay, approach. Carol, you are over here, dear. Let me give this to you. Oh, you were supposed to guess her style. Oh, well.
Everybody already knows.
Oh, good point, good point.
Probably. So I wanted to take all my friends and my good friends, but that's quite a few, and my family on vacation, of course. If I had that kind of download and could know that it would be okay. Because I've been promising them for years and years that we'd go on vacation when things got really good in my business.
I love it. How many of you are I's? Okay. Have you ever had a tendency to kind of promise and you have the best intentions, but it doesn't quite happen? Okay. So yay, she finally gets to come through with that promise. Okay, it's great. I'm not going to tell you what Barbara's style is. So Barbara, if you would. Did I give you enough time? Did I give you enough time?
You did.
Okay. Would you tell them?
Yeah. Okay, well, if I had $250,000, the first thing I'd have to do is think about it. So I would want to carefully think through how I wanted to use this money so that I would be able to benefit a good cause and maybe some other things, but I wasn't ready to immediately jump into what that would be because I needed some time to think about it.
Great.
So I could probably come up with something now since I've had a little bit more time to think about it, but the one cause that I wanted to give it to is for an organization that we work with. It's called Lead Like Jesus. We've just introduced the biblical DISC behavioral assessment into the marketplace.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that, so I would put my money right there. Thank you, Bonnie. That was
Okay,
fun.
so what style? C and, yeah, and actually S too. Oh, great, Suzette. Oh, thank you. You rock. By the way, you've all met Suzette and you know how awesome she is. Please applaud her. Okay. In fact, let's do it. Ashley, Matt, how about you stand? Brandon, Tony, Scott, everybody stand. Big applause for these guys. Awesome. Okay. Okay. They are your team to make sure everything works wonderful for you. Make lots of money. Okay, so the SC, or CS, I think it was what. So when I was over here talking with them, I said, so Barbara, what's yours? She says, I still need more time to think. I said, well, how about take the time, will it give you enough time by the time you get over there, all right? So I asked permission again, okay, would you be willing? I'm not catching her off guard. Are there times that people say no? Yeah, and you need to honor it. But it's another way to kind of, help to get the other styles to be represented in a short period of time, and you're not asking the whole group and they're all kind of staring at you, all right? So the game show definitely is more of a training activity. I gave you in the handout there, page 2, gave you some typical responses, a D, just very short ones, DISC. Why did I put this out to the whole group? Why did I, by the way, have you expand a little bit when the person said, okay, I'm going to invest the money? Why did I have you expand a little bit?
To find a reason behind it, what they value.
Right, but they value, and it's going to give you a little bit more, because one D may say travel, and a C may say travel, and boy, those can be very different. So you're wanting to ask them a little bit more. This can also be, I'm sure a lot of you have done this before. By the way, I want to, Jen, you didn't stand, Jen and Glenn, right? You guys stand, okay, and she did awesome motivators certification yesterday in DISC. Thank you, applause for them, thank you. Oh, dots. How many of you ever had people put dots, you know, the color, or you do it ahead of time? Okay, the D's right, da, da, da. So you could use this at the beginning of a training just by telling folks to go to the color dot, okay, and go to an opposite color. One isn't theirs, okay? And you can see how it easily lends itself to just pairs or trios as long as you have, okay, some opposites in there. Alrighty, we're going to move on to name that style. Now, this activity could be used for coaching, okay, or for, you know, certainly training. So tell you what, the person sitting next to you, how about you quickly pair up what style are each of the folks, okay, page 3, and then who do you know, okay, who do you work with, that's each of the styles, okay, and why do you say they're that style? And it can be pair or trio, whatever works, and I, of course, will walk around and do my professional eavesdropping, okay? You guys done? Okay. All right, raise your hand if you're done. Okay, 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8. Okay, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Sarah, everybody tell me what's Sarah's style? Okay, all right. And kind of a giveaway with a hi, all right? Okay. I know not everybody's thrilled, okay, with that much enthusiasm. So eyes, you have to kind of guess what style my is. I mean, but how high an I am I? And how high, what's my other style? D, very good. And how high am I? Yeah, I'm a 98 of both. So have fun, kick butt, okay? I did very well in sales, yes I did. Okay, so she's like way out there. How many of you know an I, okay, and you work with them? And okay, I understand I's sometimes, though, we can be a challenge because we want to go 20 directions at the same time. So every strength, right, has its style, has its strength, okay, and liabilities. Okay, Mr. Thinker here. What style, everybody? Right, okay. So this is Mr. Hall, calling regard, very professional business, thorough, kind of maybe a monotone voice, okay, type of thing. Here we've got, so if you were doing this in coaching, this is, you would insert this like after you've gone over their graph, you know, debriefed it, okay. So Peter, everybody, 1, 2, 3, what's Peter? Okay. Very congenial. Hello, Susan. This is Peter. How are you? You know, very, very nice. By the way, I tell everybody you need to have several high S's in your life because they are so wonderfully supportive, okay? And they're there for you. And all styles are great, but have definitely an S in your life, okay? Who are the S's? Okay, yeah, you're sweethearts. Yeah, okay, okay. So what's the last style? Taking care of business, okay. Market's going down. Oh yeah, how are you? Okay, you know, very, very, you know, so kind of a fun activity. Doesn't have to take very long. You see what I did? I just say pair up, great. And because everybody knows the style, then you can, you're setting it up so everybody's going to respond, okay. And for coaches, who are the coaches again that just do coaching? Okay, so your one-on-ones, right? After you've gone through the explanation, this helps them. I do encourage the second part. Who do they know that's that style, and why is that? So you get a discussion about the behaviors kind of clarified. All right, TV trivia. How many of you have done kind of an activity like this, TV trivia? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have a flip chart, went over there, kind of by Byrne against the wall there, and I think I have one over there. Okay, Pete, perfect Pete, Paul. Okay, perfect Paul. I have 2 perfects. Hi, Pete. a flip chart there, and I will have 2 other groups come up here. I'll tell you what, the folks here, you're going to work off of that flip chart, and you folks there, you'll work off of this flip chart, okay? Yeah, you're going to be like these 3 tables kind of working together, okay? And then you folks are going to work together, okay? Happiness, right? Okay, all right. So what you're going to be doing is, this example is, see if you can, of course it's different, it's interesting with different ages and all that, but see if you could come in there. It's interesting how you get older and older, like totally out of touch with some of the, have to work on being in touch, let me put it that way. I need to model stretching. What's a TV show that pretty much everybody knows? Key characters rather, then the behaviors, okay, and then the style. All right, again, I'm going to walk around doing professional eavesdropping, little train the trainer tip on that. Why I'm doing that is because I might not have all the groups shared just because of time, but in a training I would, and I want to be sure that then when they are presenting it to the group, they're on track. So if they're not, I want to set people up for success. Okay, so as much as I can, I'm wanting to kind of like, you know, sometimes they're off. You know, it's like, well, let's talk about that again, and so then they can change it and be right. All right. Okay, so. Let's see, you kind of have, I tell you what, I'm going to have you get in a group, and then I'm going to have you do 2 things. So get in your group, and Amen, okay. If you would take this flip chart over there, and then, Lee, okay. Oh, okay, great. That's great. Okay, so Lee, kind of everybody followed that. The tables who over here. You guys go over there. Grab some markers. There's markers at the edge of each table. And just kind of keep it together. The short one, just kind of keep it together. Lean it against the table. You can just lean it against the table, or Yeah. Okay, once you're all assembled, I want you all to point to one person. When you're all assembled, everybody point to one person. Everybody pointing to one person? Where'd you guys go? Oh, they're going. You know what? Here. You go there. It was supposed to be moved over. Yeah, you guys. Well, good. Okay, I like it. We have a lot of initiative. Okay, you guys have decided. So how about let's have one who's leading the discussion, the other one the scribe. So who's leading the discussion? If you haven't, tell you what, everybody point to one person. Okay, Rhonda, you're leading the discussion. Rhonda, you get to select who's going to be the scribe. Any TV show that the group. Yeah, and then you're like figuring like, let's say your group was Gilligan's Island, the example up there, and so the characters, the Captain Gilligan, and then what characters did he demonstrate, and then what style.
Okay, so let's pick a show first. Okay.
So, and a scribe. You need a scribe. Okay, you want to be sure you're now ready to do the behaviors. So now start on the behaviors. You don't need all the characters in the show. They need to do another activity before I can do it. You, of course, thanked your teammates for such a great job.
Good job, good job.
All right. So this activity is definitely, obviously, for training. I love it when people are so committed. They are going to finish it. And by the way, I love to use a training session as a laboratory. And I'm going to ask permission first. Barbara, can I use you as an example? Like you had to finish it, even though I said sit down?
Of course you
Okay.
can use me.
Okay, so Barbara, what style is Barbara? Do you recall? CS. So when I asked everybody to kind of sit down, okay, let's go. I looked over there. They hadn't completed the task yet. Okay? And it was like, okay. I asked her permission, by the way, if I could share this. All right. Okay. Just again, it's fun in a training program. You get laughter going, and it really begins to kind of an organization help to create it in a culture that DISC gets embraced. It's something positive. It's not like, oh, I know who you are, okay? But it's something that everybody like, oh, this is, and how I can capitalize, and oh, you're this, and oh, I can stretch, some levity to it. So where you can, then, you begin to identify the behaviors. I asked Lee if he would share, he has us move this kind of over. So how many of you are familiar with Seinfeld? Seinfeld, okay. High ID, details. Guess where my C is at? Yeah, 16. Hired an assistant that, what's her styles? Combination, CS. She had to take the DISC, of course, before hired, but I knew she was CS. Okay, Lee?
Yes, thank you. Do I need a...
Oh, Suzette, do you have the mic?
I have a big booming voice. I could use it if you like. Okay, here comes Suzette. What's that? Okay, great.
I think it's probably going to help because I think it's being recorded.
Oh, very good. All right, thank you, Suzette.
Oh, sorry, dear.
Our group picked Seinfeld. These guys are nuts. As we started doing this, we realized all the idiosyncrasies that each one of these folks have. Ugh, it's a little scary. So we started with George Costanza. Okay, George. There we go. Okay, let's
move this way
over
from
here.
this. Sorry, Lee.
How's that better? A little less feedback. Start off with George Costanza. We believe that George is an S. Right? George is, he's got a little bit of self-doubt about him, but he avoids confrontation most of the time, unless it's about a parking spot or a babka or something like that. But George typically, he'll give in and go along with the rest of the group. We think he's definitely not, he's not a D. We don't think he's an I. We don't think he's a C. We think George is an S here.
Okay.
We have Kramer. Kramer's a people person, knows everybody. We think that Kramer is a good example of an I. We thought down here on the bottom, we were looking for somebody who was a soup Nazi. All right. So he's a D. He's very dominant, in charge, everything like that, but has a lot of rules.
Right.
Lots of rules. So we think he's actually more of a DC.
Okay.
Jerry, on the other hand, Jerry was SC. We think he's got a lot of S in him, but we also think he's got a lot of C, and we think about his cereal boxes all lined up absolutely perfectly, and his immaculate apartment and everything like that. So we think he's got a little bit of that in. None of these characters, though, quite frankly, to us, seemed like they were all definitely one thing or another. These guys are nuts.
Right. Okay. Great. Well, that helps to make things lively in a TV show for sure, right?
That's for sure.
I mean, when you start to look at the shows, that's how they really make sure it's successful, because that's going to help create conflict, tension, resolve it. Applause for Lee. Thank you very much, and the team. So if you're doing a follow-up also for a DISC training, okay, this becomes kind of a great way to do a fun review, kind of right off the bat. And what you can also do is like take photos of it with your phone, and then you send it out afterwards, just kind of a friendly follow-up. Hey, it was great having you in the training. Keep using the disc. Da, da, da. You might take a shot of each one. An easy. I'm all for, like, again, keep it simple, sweetheart. What are easy ways for you to help keep it alive in organizations? Take a picture. Sometimes I've had them where they take it and then they go post them, like in their break room or something. So, as a momentum. Okay, so great. All right, so let us move on to email decoder. So this is actually the most popular learning activity. And actually, Shelley, who's a training director at Arizona State University, put the email decoder together. So you'll see at the top of your page 5 and 6 these tips about what a DISC, their format, and then their tips in terms of how to communicate with them. So with a different person, okay, tell you what, you're going to pair up with a different person. Okay, so if you've not paired up with the person sitting next to you, you can. But if you have, turn around, you guys figure it out. Pair up with somebody, and real quick, do 4 of them. And what I'd like you to do is circle what are the key words that tell you what that style is, and then list the style. You're listing the key words, what's the style? Okay, how many of you are done? I didn't give you much time at all to write a response, but I'm curious. Did anybody have time to write a response? So, just fine, just fine. I didn't give you much time, so, okay. Oh, yes, I love it. I love it. Okay, I love it. Okay, I asked Rebecca and Rich if they would share some of their discussion as they were going through, and we could certainly kind of add to it. And then Todd has something very insightful he asked me, and I said, would you please, let's wait and share that at the end. Some of you probably have already figured it out. Rich. Oh, thank you.
Well, we started with Sarah Smith. We were struggling a little bit. We initially thought C because so much detail, so we said C, but there's some S there because she's friendly. She's saying, I extend my appreciation. Don't hesitate to call me. Isabel was quick, easy, I. But then on the second page, page 6, Attention Planning Committee, initially we said D, lots pretty short and detailed. But you said, no, if you look below, that's very short. So there's our D, is Dacron, and that makes Carlton the C because it is direct, but it's very detail-oriented. So then we went back and said, so Sarah has to be an S. So if we're doing all 4 styles, we have S, I, C, D, and there you heard our brain working.
Okay, applause. Okay, thank you, Rich, thank you. And so what you said in terms of why it was an S is because there were some people parts in there, right? Okay. Right. Now, by the way, when you do this activity and D's are working on this, what might be a comment response from them? It's too wordy. I don't have time. Why should I bother? Okay, so here's the deal. By the way, who are the D's in the room? Love you to dear. Okay, I'm a part D. Okay, what I encourage folks to do is consider, okay, how can it benefit them? Okay, so if the approach is, is there someone that they're not getting the responses that they would like? They haven't won that person over. So you're going for the pain for a D, okay? So it's like you can win them over. Now they may say, well, I'm not going to. I was like, fine. By the way, our job is not to make someone, right? It's to inform them, give them opportunity. Elizabeth?
I worked with someone one time and they had a really...
Can we have the mic? I'm sorry. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you. I worked with someone and they had a great suggestion when you're emailing a group. They were saying, keep it short at the beginning and then write for further details, see below. Have you tried that before, or
Great.
is that something?
Yeah, absolutely. Great idea. Yeah, that's great. In fact, to me, if you don't also know what someone's the groups or style, like a meeting, what I say is organize it like an S and kind of run it like a D. Okay, in terms of, yes, you're going to get some facilitation in there, but have it planful. Okay, and also it's great suggestion, Elizabeth. Also, I've done it like where it's like C attached. Okay, so it takes a little bit of work, but I just challenge folks. You know, I'll say to any style. You know, if you're having trouble in communications with someone and you want it better, okay, here's an easy way to do it. Right. By the way, what's great about this activity too, and by the way, can this be used in coaching? Coaches? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, when you're done with the coaching or the training, chances are they need to go back to work, and what are they going to need to do? Deal with all their emails. So there's instant application, okay, right off the bat, which adults, always need to learn. I've had folks really rebel about, oh, I'm not going to write like that. I'm like, just stretch a little, see if you can walk a little on the wild side. You don't have to do the italicized and the happy faces, okay? But a little bit, again, is going to help us stretch. I love what you said about the C and the D. I have folks thinking it's a D, but again, the C. In fact, have you ever gotten an email from someone and it's the message just in the subject line, like a text? Oh, yeah. Wonder what style that is. Okay. Have I done that before? Yes. Okay. All right. And notice the abbreviations. Oh, okay. Now, by the way, I've also had folks say that when they receive an email like this, okay, no, they don't need to respond. Okay. D's, do you want to acknowledge that you sent that email? You betcha. Yeah, most do, some don't, okay? But most do because they're in control and they want you to know, make sure you got a message. Sandra?
And what I would normally say is, got it, with an exclamation.
Excellent, that's great, that's great. Got it, yeah, I'll be there. Done, yeah. Keep it simple, real simple, but I do encourage, okay, that they do acknowledge. Okay, Todd, you had a great you caught it. Okay. Will you share? By the way, can I share your last name? Or does everybody know Todd?
No, no one knows. No one knows me.
Well, Todd.
Yeah. So
Todd's last name is?
Parker.
The brother,
Brandon's better half.
the poker.
So I just pulled Bonnie over to mention that I think it's my C style coming through, but I was looking at it and I picked up the pattern that all the names were correlated with the style that they're associated with. So I just thought it was a little
C style.
It was it was just a little joke with Bonnie and me that that I think only a C, not only a C, but a C will pick something like that out of a situation like this.
Yeah, it's great. Again, using the training as a laboratory, right? The different styles. Why do I do that? Because sometimes I'll get so involved in something, and it's great. I know, like, oh yeah, okay, the first letter is style. Okay, so it's really kind of and most folks aren't tracking with it. If they do, that's fine. You can have a little fun with it. Okay, but beautiful example of a C. Okay, thank you, Todd. Alrighty, so next activity is going to be, I think, fun. Going on vacation. How many of you have done this kind of activity before? Okay, so I'm going to have you experience it first. So what I want is the D's over here. I know you might be a combo, but go with whatever is your first. D's here. How do we want to do this? Okay. D's over here, I's over here, S's here, C's there. But, tell you what, let's just do it this way first. D's and I's up in the front, S and C's in the back, okay? And nobody did anything wrong, okay? But D's and I's up here, S and C's in the back. And, of course, introduce yourself to somebody as they come up. S and C's in the back. And you don't need to refer to your handout. I mean, you can read it as we go along if you want. Of course, am I going to follow it verbatim? Heck no. D's and I's in the front, S and C's in the back. Introduce yourself to somebody up front there you haven't met. In the back, introduce yourself. Okay.
Hey, Jamaica. Hey, Mon.
Hey, Mon. I love it. That's great. That's great. That's great. I like it. I like it. I'm going to get a handshake. I like Amon. Great. I love your smile, too. Love your smile. Okay. Everybody's met somebody? All right. Now, kind of everybody can now face this way. Okay. Kind of interesting. Helps to really kind of see the makeup of a group. This particularly works really dynamite in a team training. Okay. It certainly can work in a nice group open forum, but it's very dynamic, okay, for a team. And you would do this, of course, after you've gone over the different styles and the pace and priority. So what's the pace of the D's and I's? Okay, let's make it happen. And S and C's? Okay. And that would be a great example, okay, of a little judgment, okay, going on. Okay, so a little sidebar on that. That's what's the beauty about DISC, right? It lends itself to people feeling comfortable to kind of just automatically. And so, of course, we all know 4 hours of prep to 1 hour stand-up, right? But so you know your material, okay, inside and out. So when you're up here, when those kind of things happen, man, you jump on it and let's have a good time with it. You want to, like, capitalize on it. Also, if it's a team training, someone does it, then they're all the more learning about that person's style, right? And they start going like, oh, I get it. Okay, yes, so the S and C, we do not say slow. Okay, because that kind of, so deliberate, cautious, okay. All right, so, all right. So now what I would like is the D's go here, the I's go here, the S's there, and the C's over there. So kind of, yeah, and that's great. D's over here. Steve, would you raise your hand? Okay, D's over there with Steve. I's over here. With Rebecca. Rebecca, would you raise your hand? I's over here. Okay, and S is over here. Okay, and C is over here. Oh, that's impressive. The C's, good laughter. All right. I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay. All right, so now they're in the 4 styles. Okay, so now what I'm going to have you do is think about a meeting you've been in recently that wasn't as productive as it could be. Anybody can relate? Yes? Okay. All right. Pardon?
We're not going on vacation?
Oh. We're going to go on vacation after I do the divide and conquer, apparently.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, is it Barbara or Jeanette?
No, I'm Laura.
Laura. Sorry. Thanks, Laura. Okay, so good example, ID. Oops. Okay, jumped the gun. So we're doing divide and conquer. If you're like, what's going on? It still would be similar for the vacation too, but I'm kind of got my brain now thinking about divide and conquer.
Sometimes it helps to be a little more deliberate.
I bow to you. I bow to you. I bow to you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, yes, totally, totally agree. I've had folks come up to me and say, oh, I wish I really had more I said, it takes a lot to manage myself, okay? It's exhausting. So be happy with the style that you are. Okay, so I'm going to be asking each of the styles kind of a question. You're thinking about a meeting, right, that it's unproductive. So you guys, the Ds, okay? So have you ever been in a meeting where like you ask some folks a question and they're like, we haven't had time to really reflect on it. We need, we can't give you an answer right now. You ever run into that? Okay. Frustrates a little? Okay. Okay, do you ever folks feel in the S's that, we need the decision right now? Okay, let's have it. You ever feel like you're under the gun? Okay. So, tell you what. Would you folks be willing, okay, in a meeting, if the Ds are asking, okay, for something right away, to at least kind of, in one sense, give them a bone, okay? Meaning, how about I get back to you by the end of the day, okay, with an outline of how I'm going to approach it? Would you be willing to do that? Okay, it's a little awkward, I know, but how about you each take one step towards me? And Ds, okay, would you be willing, okay, when they make that offer, okay, to say yes? Yes. It's a very reluctant yes, I understand. And I do have Ds that say no, and I said, well, here's the deal. I'm the trainer, and you're going to say yes, okay? Okay, and again, by the way, I get to say things as a trainer, you all do, okay, that other S&Cs would love to say, like, yes, you're going to say yes, okay? Anyway, so now you folks take one step towards me, okay? So if I represent, okay, a productive meeting, what we're seeing here is just with a little stretching, okay, from the opposite styles, we're more in line with having a more productive meeting.
Yes, should we encourage them?
I love it. Okay. Okay. I love it. It's Cheryl. I love it. I love it. Okay. In fact, by the way, you guys were very restrained because usually what happens, okay, when I ask these folks to step forward, what do you think the eyes do? Yeah, I say it's not your turn yet. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, but that's beautiful. Give them applause. All right, so, oh, you want to go ahead and give them applause. Okay, that's very good. Let you release. Okay, okay, so now we've got the I's and C's. Okay, so C's, do you ever feel like people come to the meeting and they're, they kind of had that one all prepared, okay? And they're late. Okay, all right. Again, you can see that in a team situation how this is so powerful, right? They are opposites, okay, one another. Now, I do recommend, again, you're doing this halfway through a program where there's been some laughter, so by the time you get here, nobody's getting offended by this. They're starting like, oh, okay, da-da. Okay, so on the other hand, I's, do you feel like sometimes people in meetings just take their work too seriously? It's just a job? I love it. I love it. I love it. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so I tell you what. Would you folks be willing to try to keep your, I call it happy howdy doody time, Try to keep it to 5 minutes and then they get onto the meeting? As long as we get to have it. Got to negotiate with me. Okay. All right. Some of you said no. I understand. Okay. Try. Notice I use the word try. So take a step towards me. And then C's, would you be willing? That's great. That's great. They're going to vote. That's beautiful. Wow, I love it. Okay. So let's pretend you've thought about it. Will you now take a step towards me? Yes. Okay, great. Wow. Okay. Oh, I love it. Beautiful, Sandra. Okay, you're doing perfectly. And for a C, that's very important. They do things perfect, right? Okay, so again, what we're seeing here is with a little bit of stretching, right? Okay, that if where I'm standing represents a more productive meeting, we're apt to have a more productive meeting, okay? So great job, give yourself applause, and head on back to your seat. And in fact, I tell you what, before you sit, everybody just stretch a little bit. Just do a little bit of stretching before we sit down.
That's a good exercise.
Thanks. Great comment. Thanks, Dale.
I saw him this morning. Now we're going on vacation, right?
Yeah.
Got work to do.
Cold water. You want
Oh,
me to
thank you.
fill
No,
it?
this is perfect. Yeah, thank you. I've got another. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lee. Okay, so you get it, like in a team training, how powerful this is. And folks are getting it two ways, like, oh, I must be driving. Okay. The S's are, like, okay, if they'll stretch, but like I must be driving them crazy. And the S's are thrilled that the D's are willing to stretch, even if they're forced to. Okay? It's a beginning. It's a beginning. The reason I had you also stretch them, besides it's just good to stretch, is because it's also reinforcing what I was asking you to do. Okay, stretching. And also a fun thing, how many are familiar with Oriental Trading Company? So get the magic slinkies, okay, and pass those all out. By the way, I used to try to do it with colors because they do the primary. Gave up because I just couldn't get those all to match up. Anyway, that's a fun comeback. By the way, which styles wait till I tell them to open up the box? C's and S's. And who turns it into toys? Right. Oh, and they'll ask to use their neighbors and intertwine them. And I've seen hats and strange things. Okay. And the D's kind of open it. Yeah, fine. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'll give it to my kid. All right. Okay, type of thing. The only group I ever had to take the slinkies away from was a graphics group with Qualcomm. And they really got carried away. One person took the blue one and put it in their water bottle, the way. And I'm like, okay, you can have the toys at the end of the training. Anyway, fun way to do it. On page 8, 9, actually, of your handout is the divide and conquer. And what we saw here demonstrating, okay, the two styles and stretching a little bit. Same thing with the I's and the C's. Okay, now we're going to go on vacation. Okay. Finally, says the C. Oh, thank you for your patience. All right. So how many of you have done this activity before? Oh, okay. That's cool. All right. So what you're going to be doing is going back to the groups you just met. Maybe meet another person. And on a flip chart, what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be creating a promotional poster, and this is on page 7 in your handout, promotional poster for the opposite style on a vacation. So D's, who are the D's? Okay, so what promotional vacation poster are you going to do it for? Just to kind of reinforce. I know it's up here, but I want to help reinforce. Okay, I's, who are you doing it for? Okay, I'd like to hear it from the I's one more time. I'd like to hear it from the I's one more time. I'd like to hear it from the I's one more time. Okay, and you'll see why. Okay, it becomes very evident. Okay, I love you, I's. Okay, all right. The S's. Who are the S's? Okay, so what style are you going to make the promotional for? D. And then of course the C's. Okay, for the I. All right. When you get into your groups, if you would identify someone who's going to be the facilitator, leader right away, and a scribe, and then get going, grab the markers, have at it. So we've got, what do we do here? You know, let's move this flip chart. Could you help me to move this flip chart over? So let's do the D's here, the I's here, again, the S's and C's. Grab markers, have at it, introduce yourself to someone. You're doing a promotional poster, okay, for your opposite style. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Scott. Introduce yourself to someone first. Yes, they probably will. And then decide who's going to be the facilitator, who's going to be the scribe. A promotional poster that this style would buy.
It is so perfect.
I love it. Okay, what I'd like you to do too, okay, who is the leader in the discussion? Raise your hand of each group. Okay, so I'd like you in your group to just kind of talk a moment about the dynamics. How was it determined who was going to write or lead the discussion? Did the same person end up continuing to, or did somebody else come in and take over? How were you in terms of exchanging ideas? So looking at the dynamics, okay, of what happened in the group. Okay, take a few minutes. I'm going to do my professional eavesdropping.
No, we started, and then we said, no, we can't bullet point.
Okay, so stand by your masterpieces. Everybody's kind of stand like you guys over here, D's. D's, come to me. Standing this way, facing the group.
Can't go back to our seat.
Not yet, no. Please stand over here.
It's like herding cats, isn't it?
Opportunity. Develop my patience. Yes, okay. All right. So you've got your masterpieces. So I'm going to have you be describing your masterpiece, okay, what style, and then I'm going to ask that the style, would you buy this promotional vacation? Okay, yes or no or why for either, okay? By the way, is anybody perfect in the room? The D's, no one said you wanted to. Okay. Oh, C's did say perfect, of course. The D's or C's, okay, that's great. So what this does is helps to provide a great opportunity for rich discussions. And so everybody's not necessarily always going to agree that that's definitely, absolutely, that's okay. Okay, we're getting people thinking. Okay, so.
I'm Laura Bruno.
Laura, the second time, sorry, Laura.
That's
Lovely
okay.
Laura.
That's
okay.
all right. So as our typical D's, we started with bullets. So not exactly inspiring, and one of us noticed that. We need to have a little bit more heart here. We need to S up and D down. So.
Don't say that one too fast. Okay.
You guys don't talk like that? I live this, so I talk like this all the time. So we decided to cordially invite you to our wonderful 15th annual family reunion. So that, because we're all looking forward, seriously, we're actually looking forward to reconnecting and bonding and creating some new experiences, new memories. So we have hearts for love, and we have, people holding hands. And because none of us are graphically inclined, we decided to try and represent some happy family pictures from years past. But in typical D style, we are attempting to be more S, but we did it in our D style, which is get to the point, hurry up, what have you got to add? No, nothing. Okay, next. Boom, boom.
Right. Okay. So I would have the mic. So the S's. Oh, great. Thanks, Scott. So the S's, would you guys buy this vacation? Would you buy the vacation, you guys? Okay, I got yes and no. So those who say yes, why would you buy the vacation?
Connectivity. Connecting with people.
Okay, all right. Okay, and those of you who said no? The S's aren't wanting to speak up on that. I don't blame you. Okay. It isn't, bless you, and as you admit, it's a very D version of attempting to be an S, okay? So it helps to point out, okay, that folks can do some stretching, okay, which is a good thing. And it's good for you folks to see the Ds are willing to, all right? Okay, so good. But it's interesting. Oh, they're going to give you applause. That's nice. S's, go ahead and give them applause. Shucks.
I would actually like to know what's missing.
Oh, that's great, Barbara. Or Laura. Sorry. So who's got the mic there?
Where are we going to go?
Oh, the same place we have for the last 15 years.
Oh, excellent. I love that place.
Oh, that's great. I love it. That's good.
Here's my question. Would it really matter if you're getting back together with your family again and reconnecting? It really does matter? Okay.
Yeah. It matters. How could this be? Are you guys open for suggestions? Okay. So how could this be even more S appealing?
Yeah, that's what's missing.
What? More detail. Also, an attempt to maybe actually draw something, okay, of stick figures.
I tried.
Oh, you did up there. Got
I
it.
have stick figures of
okay.
them, and they're holding hands.
You know what? Most of this isn't in black. That's a good start.
That's a good start. Green, black.
They're fully formed sentences for crying out loud.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And you did script because you thought that would be kind of a little bit more friendly.
I wanted to outsource the
No. That was
Outsource it.
the truth is the script was all about me because I handwrite better
okay.
than I print. And so I was trying because I know I have nice handwriting.
Right.
I wanted to make it welcoming.
Welcoming. In fact, since we're talking about the D's, so what was the dynamics in your group?
I pretty much took over.
Okay. So someone else started and
Yep.
Okay, and Laura said, nah, okay, I'm taking direction.
But I did ask questions. Say, can anybody draw? I can't draw with a dart.
I did ask a question. Yeah.
You know, what else are we missing?
We did ask the eyes if anybody could draw.
Oh, that's great. I see. Again, trying to do that. That's impressive, but the eyes were like, we're having too much fun. Yeah.
I just want to say I'm just impressed with the D's. They brought in the heart.
Nice.
That's hard to do. And they did the handwriting. They thought through the language, which I thought is beautiful. I
Nice.
just give you an A. That's
All right. Okay. Wow. Okay, so S's, how about you present to the D's? Can you guys see it on the wall? How about one of you hold it up? One of you
Okay.
hold it up. So.
I love this.
Okay, so read it to us. What's it say?
All right, so it says, feed your need for speed. We want you to come to a vacation where you can be a Formula One race car driver. You can actually experience that. So we have feed your need for speed. What? Drive a F1 race car. Where? Silverstone, which is in the UK, I have been told. And it's a famous Formula One racing site, track.
Okay.
And when? Tomorrow. You're ready to go, right?
Okay. Okay, you guys going to buy that vacation? They also do that in Vegas. They've got additional parts to help you. Yeah, well, you were even just reading. They were, yeah, good, yeah. Got it. We love it.
My only concern is that flight to the UK is too long. All right, what's it
Oh, I'm sorry, Lee. I'm sorry, Lee. We'll
have
try to work on that
activities
for
for
you.
you on the flight.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so what you liked about it, got to the point, talked about how fast.
How much?
Oh, yeah, is the price on there?
No.
Oh. Yeah, it needs to be cost effective, right? Okay, but great job. Great job. I'm going to skip the dynamics because we need to wrap up. Oh, applause. That's nice. Thank you, Lee. Okay. They bought your vacation. Okay, so over here with the C's. And one person hold up the flip chart and another one speak. You guys have hats on. I love it. Oh, because the eye's going to dress up. Oh, I
Ladies
love-
and gentlemen, get ready for a
Oh my God.
eyes. Get ready for your free trip to
I love it.
Who Cares? Free drinks. Alcohol involved, fun little squiggles everywhere. Enjoy yourself on the vacation to anywhere you want.
Oh, that is great. That's rich. I've never had a group do that. That is beautiful. They're going.
Are you buying?
Yeah, applause. That was brilliant. So C's, I'm Christian. Did you have fun making that poster?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And here's the interesting part. Typically for C's, while they're doing that, they're having fun, almost kind of like making fun of you. Okay.
Yeah, we did too.
But from an I perspective, you're like, yes, yes, yes. So it's so interesting. So from one perspective, like, and the other is like, oh, we love it, we love it, we love it. Okay, that was brilliant. I've never had C's do that before. That was awesome. They get another applause. That was like awesome.
They were awesome for their lack of detail. That took a lot of work.
Ah, nice acknowledgement. Nice acknowledgement. Okay, that was very, and eyes, they love to talk. Okay, so who's going to present here for, and C's, if you want to come up to see, everybody wants to come up, see a little closer because there's a lot of words. Okay, so Rhonda, you're going to.
Okay, so we're actually taking the C's on a tour of the museum in San Diego. So we've told them the date, the time, where we're going to pick them up, where to get dropped off, and what's going to happen. And we actually gave them an assignment of something they need to do to evaluate their vacation of the tour of the museum.
That's impressive.
And we want them to rate it 1 through 5, and we're going to give them a piece of paper to do that at the end of their vacation. How many of you want to come? Oh, yeah, exactly. We tried to keep it to one color, but we put a picture of the museum too.
So some are convinced, and you're convinced, Sandra, because love the detail, love the museum choice. Okay.
I mean, my biggest problem is it's tomorrow. Is that right? October 7th?
Make it the 17th.
Oh, that was 2017. I'm sorry. We forgot. It's a year from now. we want you to have enough time to plan everything.
Details.
We put the wrong number because we're eyes.
That's great. I love it. That's so great. Okay.
It's 2017.
So if
I'm
it's a
sorry.
year from now, are you guys feeling better?
I'll have to check my calendar.
Okay. Okay. I have to check your calendar, Jeanette.
It's too messy.
It's too messy.
Well, yeah, it's the first draft. We just we want to make sure it's perfect so that every C that comes along is going to jump up and down and go, where do I sign? Because I have a year to do this.
So they're probably saying, then why show it to us if it's not perfect? Yeah, okay, but I got it. Okay, applause for the eyes, okay? All right, great job, head on back. So a great activity, again, after you say debriefed and talked about the DISC model and a lot of fun. Thank you, Todd. And you're getting folks to stretch. And again, what I recommend is you take pictures of each of the posters, send them out the following week, okay, as a friendly reminder. So now in close, what I'd like you to do with the person sitting next to you is what's one highlight that you got out of today's training? So what's one key highlight, insight with the person sitting next to you? Okay, you're going to love this, I know. Everybody stand up. Okay? And I've got a kind of a method to my madness here. How about everybody go to the front? One is we want to get a nice group shot. You guys will get...
Tall people in the back.
Oh, I love it. Todd, the C said tall people need to get in the back. Okay, I love it. Whatever works. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. Okay, once you're assembled, what I'm going to have you do is have each of you tell me what was that key highlight. Okay, when I count to 3 again. All right?
All at once?
Uh-huh.
It'll be a bit chaotic, isn't it? Or is that the intent?
Thank you. Yep. That's a way to quickly wrap it up when you run out of time.
Really?
Okay, so here's the secret with this one, okay? I wanted more sharing. We're running out of time. Got to honor it, okay? So, all right. So at the count of 3, okay, everybody tell me what was the key highlight that you got? Well, they were short words, okay? Okay.
Stylize everything.
Stylize everything, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. 1. Everybody with me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Okay, you guys got shots? Did you?
No. I got in the way. Stay with me.
Oh. Oh, my group. My photographer knows me well. Oh.
Right in the middle. Right in the middle.
Okay, this was not planned.
Everybody hug Bonnie.
Compress. Okay, where's Tony? Tony, get down here. And Brandon. Brandon, you want to be in here? Let's have the whole dessert team down here. Jen,
Yes.
Glenn, Ashley, Matt.
Who's the eye?
Well, Tony's a DI. Yeah.
Tony's going to lay across the front.
Suzette. Yeah.
Okay. We got a spot right here?
Okay, do we need to squeeze in some?
We got a spot right here. Tall people
Perfect.
and not so tall people. Oh, he needs to go first.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, now this is jazz hands. You know what they
Oh,
do.
no.
1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Okay, great. Photographer number 2, sorry.
So this probably has to do with something like being an I and maybe a little bit of the DC. I'm not exactly sure if that's an S, but I would like if all the D's would go up on the stage. I would like if you were in the front row. Like if someone would move that sign out of the way.
Wow, yeah, this is good DC stuff. Wow. Okay, the difference here. So, what do you think CC Styles is? Combination. I and she told me where to stand. D. Okay, ID. Okay, what's your first name again?
Janelyn.
So Janelyn is C and also D. Okay, because in a very authoritative voice, she really didn't give the D's any choice, right? Okay, up on the stage.
Okay, and then everyone else, I think it would be awesome if you stayed in your groups, but I don't know who's who, so what is this grouping here-ish?
So you want the I's and then the S and C's? Oh, that's cool.
So one group in front of here, and then we'll fill one group in front. So basically, I want to be able to see everyone's faces at one time, so ready, go. C's and I's, ready, go.
So D's here, I's here. Okay. Okay, so D's, a bunch of depth. I's.
We have a lot of eyes.
You have a lot of I's.
Yeah, so these
I's.
would be good. Eyes.
Where's our S and C's?
Put them right here.
Oh. Okay.
What I really wanted was a much better group where I could see everyone because we have some people on stage.
Well, I'll get on my knees.
I'll rearrange you completely. Sorry, this is the last thing I'll do. All the taller people, please go in the back. All the shorter people fill in here. I don't want anyone outside of this table.
Oh.
But I would prefer, since you're the speaker, not for you to not be on your knees.
Okay. I would prefer to have known that before I got down. Yep. So,
I would love to know.
where do you want me?
Right in the center.
Right there. Right there.
Have your badges turned. I'm sure as a C part of her photography, she would like to have your badges out showing. That's a great contrast, the two photographers. Do wacky and the other one structured. Love it.
And I am going to say one more. No, go ahead. I'm going to say if you're on the back row, stand on 3, stand on your toes, and on the front row, I just want you to squat. Okay? 1, 2, 3. There you go. Because if you can't see me, I can't see you.
And you're out of my frame. Ready? Everyone slide in one more time. Everyone be really friendly with each other.
Okay, Dees, watch it. Okay. Get serious.
Make sure that we can see you. I can't see everyone. Right here.
I ain't got time.
The D's are almost to their limit of patience, just to let you know, photographers.
Ready? Serious face. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, smile. Perfect.
Okay. All right, give yourself an applause. Great job today. Thanks, everybody. I think we're time for a break.